Hi there and welcome to today's video tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how I made this card with the I always say the wrong thing. I think it's the Come Sail Away suite, because I am using a suite because I'm using the stamps, the dies and the papers. So we tend to call the stamps and dies a bundle, and then if the papers are included as well, it's a suite. So I'm actually using more than the bundle today. So this is a card we made a couple of weeks ago at class. I've pre-prepared a couple of bits for you, but I love doing these frame cards. So I've taken a standard A6 size card, which is 10.5 centimetres by 29.7, and I've scored it 14.8. I've also taken a piece of the yacht paper from the Come Sail Away papers, or they're probably called another name that I've got wrong. And this is 10 by 14.3, and also a piece of thick whisper white exactly the same size. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these together. The reason why I do this is because, don't put too much glue on, because the paper's not strong enough on its own to make the frame. So we're going to layer up. Apparently I've got a low battery, so let me just close that. Okay, don't know if that affected my video, but I had a low battery sign came up. Okay, so I've layered those up. And then I'm going to take one of the stitched rectangle dies. Okay, not layered those up incredibly well, so just bear with on that one. If you don't layer them up very well, like me, just trim them down a little bit. Having one of those days today. Everything has sort of gone wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my big shot. And I'm going to die cut. Now, please be aware that you are going through, well, you're going through one layer of cardstock and a layer of paper. So I suppose you're going through 1.5 layers. So I would go through a couple of times at least. Everything's rocking and rolling there. Okay. And then you pop this out, and you've got your frame, you've got your stitched edge round there. Now you've also got this. Let me just move everything back into place because it all got moved with the big shot. Okay, so you've also got this piece, and I'm actually going to use this on another card that's going to be shared on another video. So what's going to happen with this? Right, so first things first, we're going to do this piece inside. So I've die cut the next rectangle down. The great thing about this card is it only uses one ink pad colour, which is Night of Navy. I'm going to take my Night of Navy ink, and I'm going to take my sponge brayer. Now, okay, so ink this up. Okay. Start at the bottom, which is the C. Now what I'm going to do is I want the C probably to come up just less than the depth of the brayer. So I'm going to start there, and I'm probably naturally going to get a line, which is fine by me, and it's going to obviously fade because that line sort of becomes the horizon, where the sea meets the sky. Okay. So actually, I put a bit too much on there. You can see it's a lot paler on that card. It's a little bit stormier on this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the smaller of the boats, yachts, and I'm going to stamp that there. Okay, like so. And then I'm going to take the birds. Now, just please be aware whether you've got these the correct way up, because I've had ladies in class who've done We've had sort of dive bombing seagulls. Well, I've been to Cornwall recently and they do dive bomb really, especially if you get a Cornish pasty out on the beach. That's my top tip for going to Cornwall. Okie doke, so we've done that and we'll set that aside. Now round your frame I'm going to use some of the Night of Navy and I can't even say it, Sahara Sand twine, which is lovely. And I'm going to wrap it round twice. I tend to do twine twice. Let's try saying that, twine twice, because it's quite narrow, so it doesn't really make much of an impact if you only do it once. So I'm going to do it twice. And it's quite forgiving, is the twine for tying. Oops. So I might just move that over to this side a little bit. Okay, pop it down. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop that on my card blank. I'm going to make sure I put a dimensional above the twine. Actually running out of these, so what we do, oh no, I've got some more here. I was going to use the edges, but to make my life easier I'll found another sheet. The thing about these type of cards, you do use a few foam pads, dimensionals, because you want to have a good, so I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tell my ladies in class how many they're allowed. Okay. I'm then going to position this on my card base, and because it's 1/2 centimetre narrower than the base, you've got a little border there. Okay, coolio. And then this can stick in. Now the reason why I did it smaller and didn't use this is because I wanted to have like a white edge, almost like it was a mount, to make it really stand out. Okay, I didn't even show you the stamps actually and the dies that we're using, which is quite naughty of me. I can't even think how the stamps are here. So this is a Sailing Home stamp set. It's a set of 12 and we do have matching dies that go with it. I'm also using the Family Party. I use that in nearly all my cards now. I don't know what I did without it. And also the stitch rectangles, which are like probably my most used ever dies. So what we're going to do now is I have pre-stamped and cut out a lighthouse, which I'm going to position here. Now, top tip for you, it's half of it's going to go on the frame and sort of the other half is going to stick there. Now, so what you need to do, I'm going to use the edges of the foam pads, dimensionals. You need to sort of balance this. So you need foam pads down this side because it's to make sure it's level, like so. And then pop it back and then check where you need a little bit of glue. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So, and then by doing this, we'll make it level. Oops. Like that. And I've also pre-stamped a label with To a Wonderful Brother with the Family Party. Now, on this one, I've left it white, but on one that I've got at my studio, what I did for an alternative design, and I'm going to take some ink off, is I actually braided the I braided it just to sort of darken it up a little bit, so it wasn't as white. Okay, and it just sort of tones in a little bit more then. Yep. And again, I'm gonna put foam pad at this side and glue at that side. Keep saying foam pads. dimensionals. And then pop that wherever you want that. And there we have a lovely male-themed sailing home. No, it's not called sailing home, the stamp set. Oh, it is called sailing home card. Just trim this off. Very, very easy to do. And if you love this stamp set, I'm actually doing a class in September. It's on my Facebook page. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.